Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here on the show. I'm here to talk about some more NBA, another NBA news episode, number, I think, 155. There's so many episodes already, but let's get right to it. Ja Morant, his latest signature sneaker called Hunger, released on the Sneakers app today, and it's sold out in minutes via TMZ Sports. So, Ja Morant's latest signature shoe that just got released called Hunger, it released on the app, and within minutes it was sold out. I don't know what these shoes look like. I think they're Nikes, if I'm not mistaken. So everybody loves Nike, so those were still out immediately, and it's Ja Morant. So, but every shoe kind of looks the same though. But the shoe kind of looks the same as normal Nikes, but they changed the colors on it. But when is his shooter sneaker dropping? Come on, I had to make that joke. But y'all know what, y'all know what y'all was doing, getting these sneakers. But why are we acting surprised? This is the third colorway dropped. Another two sold out in the same time frame. Though, so kind of not really surprised. All of his releases, like with shoes, have sold out in minutes. Most people wouldn't know because the media doesn't report it, but most of his shoes do sell out immediately. So this really isn't a surprise to me. We just got a story here from the Athletic. They have another trade idea between the Houston Rockets and the Golden State Warriors. The Rockets would receive Jordan Poole and Jonathan Kuminga. The Warriors receive Kevin Porter Jr., Jae'Sean Tate, KJ Martin, the number 4 pick in this upcoming 2023 draft, and 2 first-round picks in 2025 and 2027. And I'm not gonna lie, I don't like this. I don't like it. Rockets, that is a big overpay for the Houston Rockets. Because why would the Houston Rockets do this? And this would benefit the Warriors, because they would get a top 5 pick, and you get Kevin Porter Jr. and 2 quality role players, and KJ Martin and Jae'Sean Tate, and you get 2 future first-round picks. Rockets, when they get that call, will be like, no, we're not interested. These mock trades are just dog shit. Like, what the hell is this? Every single trade for the Rockets that is a fucking mock is literally a robbery on the article. The Warriors would... KPJ is the best player in the scenario. And the question is, why would the Rockets do this? To give up a top 5 pick, you give up 2 future first and 3 good quality young players. Just to get a fucking overpaid Jordan Poole. I mean, John Kuminga would probably be worth it, but why would you give up all that quality? This would probably be the worst trade in NBA history, I swear. This is genuinely the worst trade idea I've ever seen. I just have no idea why the Rockets would say yes to this. Those first round picks are crazy to give up. I don't know why the Rockets would do this. I can see why the Warriors would do this. But that'd be a terrible trade for the Rockets. That'd probably be an F. It would be an A for the Warriors. Because when you get good quality young players, KPJ's pretty good. And you get 3 first round picks. But there's no chance this would happen. If the Rockets did that, they should be deleted as a franchise. Yeah, anyways, the Athletic has some of the worst trade ideas ever. LeBron James. This was said via the Pat McAfee show by Shams Charania about Mr. LeBron. He said, LeBron James, we've known he's been playing through an injury with a foot, in his foot. His foot's been injured. And he played the last few months of the season with a torn tendon in his foot that could need surgery this summer, per Shams Charania. And I think he should get that surgery, because you can't just keep putting it off. If you have a torn tendon in your foot, it's better off to get the surgery, rehab, get ready for the next season, instead of just trying to push off the surgery, or just not get surgery at all. If you have a torn tendon in your foot, you gotta get the surgery. And it's not excuses. People say, oh, it's excuses, he's looking for attention, but if you have a torn tendon in your foot, you gotta get some surgery. There's no excuses. I mean, he still played fucking great, even with that injury. And it's even been reported since since February, end of February. He's had a foot injury, and there's fear that he could have missed an extended period of time with his right foot. So he's been injured for a while, and he still dropped 40. And anyone who watched could tell he's been injured. He's needed surgery, but he signed not to, and he still dropped 40 in an elimination game. But playing with a torn tendon is painful as fuck. And he was still cooking with that injury. But hopefully LeBron James will get that surgery, and we'll just have... But maybe this could be the end of the road for LeBron. We'll just have to see what happens. So, Eric Spoelstra, on people calling the Heat the underdogs, despite them being up 3-1, somehow people are calling them the underdogs. He said 5 simple words: "We don't give a shit." End quote. A lot of the media are calling the Heat underdogs, which is wild to me. Like, they're 8-point underdogs tonight. Basically, the entire media. And that's ultimate meme potential, by the way. But no meme alert. But Eric Spoelstra is such a good coach, and that's what I'd say. If people are calling me the underdog, my team the underdog, we're up 3-1, I'd say, I don't care. I respect that. But the media is calling the Heat underdogs despite being up 3-1 just because the Celtics, the only time they've looked like the better team was the second half of Game 4. Okay? That's the only time the Celtics look like the better team. Despite what the players saying, oh, we're the better team. And some of the media, just come on. The Nets, they aren't interested in trading Mikal Bridges to Portland and would want more than the number 3 pick in Anthony Simons and or Shaedon Sharpe per Alex Schiffer. So the Nets, they aren't interested in trading Mikal Bridges because they want more than, say, the number 3 overall pick in Anthony Simons or Shaedon Sharpe. I feel like Sharpe would never be in that deal because he's untouchable. And Dame speaks very, highly of him. And why would you trade a good, talented young guy for a guy that's 27? Because I feel like Sharpe will still be there in the future. But I guess it's understandable. It's understandable. But Bridges is all-NBA team. Portland's just a bad organization. But I feel like the Nets are starting to get wild on its value. To be honest, though. That's one not. They're kind of are getting, wild on its value. So I guess the Nets will... So teams are probably like, oh, you can keep them. Your value's getting too high for us. So Jrue Holiday, he said he's a fan of Nick Nurse. Quote, he doesn't always come off as the nicest person, but you also don't need that if you're a good coach. And Nick Nurse to Milwaukee would be a good fit, to be honest. I feel like they might hire him, and I feel like Holiday's here trying to recruit. But it's better than Mike Budenholzer. The Heat are 18-5 with Gabe Vincent as a playoff starter via 5 Reasons Sports, and huge loss. Why do I say that? It's because per Underdog NBA breaking, Gabe Vincent is out tonight. In Game 4, he landed on his ankle. He played for about a few seconds, and then there was a 3 timeout was called. He went to the locker room. Unfortunately, he's out tonight. Ankle injury. And that's a big loss for the Miami Heat there. They're 18-5 when he's a starter. One of their key role players, they're going to be down a key role player tonight. And Butler will be taking a bigger role and will step up in a big way. You also got Caleb Martin, who's been a good role player. Strus. You still got some good players there, but Gabe Vince is a big loss there. And he twisted his ankle, so he's out for this game. But the Heat, if the Celtics win Game 5 tonight, it's pressure's on Miami to win Game 6. Celtics are starting to gain a little bit of momentum here. But I still think the Heat can win tonight. But it's going to be definitely a lot tougher without Gabe Vincent in the lineup tonight. An NBA insider floats a trade idea that would send Joel Embiid to Miami for Bam Adebayo, Tyler Hero, and other pieces. Yeah, why would Miami do this? Why would Miami trade Bam Adebayo for a regular season player that chokes in the playoffs? Like, Embiid and Jimmy would be nice, but why would the Sixers do this too? The Heat would probably say, hell no, we ain't doing that trade. Him winning MVP is losing credibility day by day. Probably the worst MVP in NBA history. But who keeps drawing up these fucking trade ideas? I mean, God. The Heat would probably hang up the phone immediately. Malcolm Brogdon has been playing through a partial tear in the tendon coming out of his right elbow that leads into his forearm, per Jared Weiss, NBA. So now, Malcolm Brogdon's been playing through a partial tear in his tendon coming out of his right elbow. So that explains a lot of why he's not been playing well, and his shot has looked pretty weird. So I figured something was up. I mean, his shot always looks weird, but it looks even more weird. But there was a noticeable difference. Like, you could tell he was playing through some type of injury, and now we know it's a partial tear. But that kind of sounds disastrous, though. I don't see how LeBron James is playing through a foot injury with a torn tendon in his foot. And I don't see how Malcolm Brogdon's playing through this injury. But maybe he can end this series fast so he can get his surgery. But give Grant Williams more burn then. If he played really well last game. I think he hit 4 or 5 3-pointers. Just play Malcolm Brogdon last if he's going through that injury. And people's like, oh, here we go with excuses. But injuries are reality. He's even wearing a sleeve. And that explains why he's been bad the last 2 games. But yeah, he's playing injured. Mike Escotto said, quote, I think the Chicago Bulls make a ton of sense for Derrick Rose in free agency, end quote. If the plan is to appease fans and sell tickets, sure. I mean, he's played less than 30 games in each of the last 2 years and was a did-not-play coach decision for the second half and during the playoffs for a playoff team. How's he going to be a key rotational player at 35? And maybe he could deserve the opportunity. But I feel like he's getting those did-not plays because the Knicks have a ton of young guards to develop. Nothing to do with Rose. It's just because they have so many good young guards. And I think he deserves another opportunity. I'd like to see him get another opportunity, but I don't know if he'll get it. Nick Wright said first take first FS1. The Warriors starting lineup will be Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, LeBron, Draymond, and Looney with Wiggins and GP2 off the bench. That team wins the title, end quote, Nick Wright. So his proposed trade was the Warriors receive LeBron James. Lakers receive Moody, Poole, Kuminga. Why would LA take Poole and not Andrew Wiggins? That would be a question right there. Why would they want Poole over Wiggins? I don't even know if I'll do this. I don't know. LeBron's 38. I don't know. I wouldn't do this. Because I would rather keep these young players than trade for a 38-year-old that's aging. I mean, he's still really good, don't get me wrong. But I want to keep these young players for our future. And the Lakers would decline this fantasy offer. Amani Bates will work out for the Phoenix Suns. Oh yes, the next Kevin Durant. The next Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant's got his replacement. But yeah, maybe he'll go to the Suns and be a good rookie bench piece for him. Report, Tyler Hero's not even close to returning for the Heat, end quote. Broken hands don't heal that fast. I don't know why people are surprised. Like, maybe they're better without him anyways, but I think they would be in the position with or without him. Like, of course, like, broken hands don't heal easily, or that fast. 76ers have shown an appetite to pay James Harden the max. Or they have not shown an appetite. Yeah, I wouldn't either. I mean, compared to the other dudes that get the max, I don't think he deserves it. So I don't think I would do it. There's been strong support among coming Madison Square Garden retire as number one of the best Knicks players ever, so they should definitely retire his jersey. He's made New York relevant, so. But yeah, that's all I'll say for this video. Him and in New York and Denver. But that's all I'll say for this video. Until next time, out a lot. Peace.